What up, what up, what up? It's Blaze here with my first video, What If Naruto Was a Genius? Now, I'm not going to waste any more of your time. Like, subscribe, do all that, and let's get straight into the video. It's the day of the Nine Tails attack, and we cut to Naruto in Kushina's arms. Naruto, please be good. Eat all your vegetables, and read all the books I left for you. We cut to around 2 years after Hiruzen made Naruto live on his own. 'Cause 4-year-old kids, what a great idea. But now Naruto's around 6 years old, and he's been living in Kushina and Minato's home that they used to live in. He basically lives in a library because the amount of books Kushina left for him is astonishing. So Naruto basically just reads all day. It's the only form of entertainment he can get because when he's outside, he is treated horrendously. He has read things about the ninja villages, jutsu, history, theoretical battles, and all that type of stuff. Around when he was 6, he is really smart, way smarter than anyone his age should be. He doesn't know any jutsu yet, but he does know a lot about them, and he doesn't even know his chakra nature, which is what he's about to figure out. We cut to around a year later, and Naruto walks into Hiruzen's office. Hey, old man, can you give me one of those chakra papers I've been reading about? I see you've learned a lot from those books your mother left you. Yeah, I have. So, can you? Of course, Naruto. Hiruzen pulls out his drawer and pulls a paper from his drawer. He gives it to Naruto and says, flow your chakra through this. As Naruto does, nothing's going to change. The paper splits in half. He has a wind-type chakra nature. Just a little author's note, I guess. Nothing about his personality is really going to change, and he's not going to become more, OP, kind of, besides all the stuff he learns, but he's not going to, have different chakra natures or anything like that. But, yeah. So, it's around 1 year before the academy because he's 7, and he just learned he had a wind-type chakra nature. But before he can start training with anything like that, he has to get his chakra control down. He gets a book from the actual library, not his house this time. And luckily, this librarian is actually pretty nice. But so Naruto can only come on his shift. So he gets the book, he gets loaned a book, and he tries to practice the things that the book has in it. He learns basic stuff, and eventually by the end of the year, he's able to tree walk. Not water walk yet, but tree walk. And I think that's pretty fair because Naruto's pretty young, so I think he would be able to tree walk but not water walk yet, especially since he's not training as hard as he could be. So it's around a week before the academy starts, and Naruto is ready. He's going to be training pretty hard for this next week. And throughout this whole year, he's been not only training his chakra control, but also his body. Fade to black. Aruka walks into the room. Everyone's been sitting for only around 5 minutes. And he goes through the attendance. Naruto being one of the last, he calls Uzumaki Naruto. Naruto says here, and finally, I believe it's Yamanaka Ino. After all the attendance is called, they take a I don't know. Basically, it's just the test that they're gonna take now, and they're gonna take at the end of the Ninja Academy to see how far they've grown. So, first, it's the written portion, talking about theoretical battles and how you would escape situations, along with basic math and Japanese and English. Then they would come to the physical portion. First, Erika would say if they knew any sort of chakra control or jutsu or anything like that, assuming, and the only people who come up are Sasuke and Naruto. I believe Sasuke probably would have been able to do the fireball. If not, he can in this version. So Sasuke goes outside and shows off his fireball. Then Naruto comes up, showing the only jutsu he knows, which is the Shadow Clone Jutsu. Now we're gonna cut back to around 8 months ago. Naruto has been planning this for a while, and although he doesn't want to break any rules, he does need to learn. He does feel like he needs to learn more jutsu. So he goes at night to Hiruzen's office. The receptionist is still there because it's around before they close. And Naruto is let through because although the receptionist hates Naruto as much as most villagers, he doesn't want to test anything because the last one who did was fired and was never seen again. So he walks up to Hiruzen's office and uses the only jutsu he knew before, the sexy jutsu. Hiruzen's nose bleeds, and Naruto's able to get past him. He doesn't steal it, but he looks through the forbidden scroll, and he writes everything down in his own scroll he bought. He runs away and puts it back right where he found it. He only could write down a few jutsu though, which are the Shadow Clone Jutsu and the Rasengan, and finally the Flying Raijin, or Flying Thunder God, I believe. Little side note, he would also write down the Reaper Death Seal. Only learned the Shadow Clone Jutsu in this time, the multi-Shadow Clone Jutsu. And then we cut back to present. Naruto shows off his Shadow Clone Jutsu. He doesn't show the multi-Shadow Clone Jutsu quite yet though. So he makes 5 Shadow Clones, I believe he can make, just with the normal Shadow Clone Jutsu. He shows it off and Aruka's amazed. Hiruzen, watching through his crystal ball, just smirks, smiling at the fact that Naruto was able to learn this so quickly. Thinking to himself, Kushina, he will truly become a powerful ninja indeed. After showing their jutsu, Aruka would put them through some certain training exercises, such as throwing shuriken, kunai, and a little bit of kenjutsu, which is basically sword fighting if you didn't know in Naruto. And he would then commence the battles. It would be a tournament bracket. The first person Naruto would get would be Akiba. Naruto would fight Akiba, and although Akiba had Akamaru, he hasn't learned a Fang over Fang or anything like that. So Naruto pretty much easily wins this fight with a couple of blows to some pressure points, which you learned about a couple days ago while studying medical ninjutsu. he beats Kiba in his next fight is Shino. We don't know exactly how much Academy students, but I'm gonna say a lot because we saw that on the first episode or manga panel, whatever, that there was a lot. There was a good amount, like a normal classroom, and so yeah. So the second fight would be Shino. Now I would say Shino around this time would still have his bugs, because I would assume that the Akirame, no, I forget what their clan is called, but they have Abirame, I think, right? Tell me if I'm wrong in the comments below. But he would have at least like one nest of bugs that he could kind of use, but not in the way he can use them when he's older, because they're still around 8, you have to remember that. So he would use his bugs against Naruto, which Naruto would have a tiny bit of trouble considering he's not going all out. But he would use like a simple wind jutsu basically to blow them away, and then we'll just go on a taijutsu fight with Shido, which he would win. Now he would fight another fodder character that made it here by luck. His name will be Fodder. So he beats him in his final by English, please. His final fight would be Sasuke, as you probably expected. Sasuke would fight Naruto, and at first they would just be doing simple taijutsu, and Naruto would wear him down with his obscene amount of chakra. Then Sasuke would perform the fireball jutsu, and Naruto, knowing that his wind jutsus might only enhance it, goes underground with some shadow clones, kind of like he did in his fight against Neji, I think. Yeah, Neji, where he dug underground. So he would dig underground and stay under there, no one knowing where he went. Some of his clothes being a little burned and left behind. Some of Sasuke's fangirls, Sakura, would start thinking that he destroyed Naruto and would be yelling Sasuke's name. But under Sasuke comes a wind bullet jutsu shot right at his face, knocking Sasuke out and injuring him a little. Naruto is a winner and gets an A+ for his first grade, I guess. Sasuke also getting an A, and Shino getting an A, because both of them would get good grades on the written portion. And that's around it. I think I'm gonna end a what if off. If it is a little short, I'm sorry, but I'll try to make them longer if you wanted me to. Alright. This is Blaze. Like, subscribe. I hope you had a good time watching this video, my first video, and I'm out. Peace.